And now, on with the show.
Hello, welcome back to episode 4 of the People I Tolerate pod.
Hey, pod.
I'm Eve.
I'm Haley.
I'm Ben.
I feel like we don't do that enough.
No, we don't.
Like reintroduce ourselves. In case you don't know, we are 3 besties, better than the resties.
How are we hanging on at this point?
3 peas in a pod.
We hardly have conflict. If we have conflict, it's old married couple vibes.
That's true. We kind of deal with it right then and there, I feel like.
We try to, except some people like me are like the kind of people that when I'm like upset, I just need to go like in my little den.
Yeah, and then you're over it.
I just basically need time to get over it because I'll say something I don't mean, and yeah.
That's okay. On Wednesday, I got pissed off at work, and I was having a really bad day, and I was leaving early, and I walked downstairs, and somebody shared some bad news with me, and I was like, fuck this, and I left.
Yeah.
See y'all
Anyways,
never.
sorry.
I think today we're just going to update you guys on what we've been doing and where we're at and fun stuff that you've missed and just kind of conversate, which is what we typically do. This is going to be very much so a group FaceTime.
Yeah.
And we're going to be updating one another on all things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have some big stuff. I just got back from my trip to Ireland, my first time out of the country, which was so awesome.
I can't imagine.
And so I'm sure I'll be sharing some tidbits about that. And then I know Haley and Ben obviously have a lot going on with work and relationships and life. And so I think we're just going to, we're just going to chit-chat.
We're going to buckle the hell in.
We're going to shoot the shit.
Yeah.
So, Eve, why don't you give us a little background of Ireland, why you went? Give us the prelude to the story.
Okay.
So basically we decided we were going to go to Ireland at the end of last year. Originally we were going to go to Ireland or potentially like Northern Ireland and Scotland for a honeymoon, but we got really lucky because some of my fiance's really good friends were moving to Ireland for 6 months for work, and so we were like, this is the perfect opportunity because there's people there that we know and we can stay with. So they're actually staying in Limerick, Ireland, which if you're familiar, it's pretty, I would say pretty central if you're not counting Northern Ireland, which is like kind of technically its own separate thing. Forgive me if you're Irish and I'm like saying things wrong.
So but Northern Ireland's not its own country. Or
I think it might be.
Okay.
But maybe we should Google it because.
Is it cold up there in Northern Ireland? How far? Give me some geography.
I mean, the entire country of Ireland is the same size as the state of Indiana.
Oh, seriously?
Including Northern Ireland.
I did not know that.
Holy shit.
It's small, comparatively. So, Limerick is like, cut off the top half of Ireland, that's Northern Ireland, and then it's central.
Got it.
Limerick is central.
Got it.
So, anyways, we decided we were going to go and hang out with them and see them, and then also another couple joined us on the trip, and we decided it would be so fun to first go to England and go to a Manchester United game because some of the guys are really into football. So they went to that, and we went to Manchester and Liverpool. Not gonna lie, I didn't really enjoy that part of the trip that much. It was a lot of walking. I'm not a walker.
I was gonna say, you all had a lot go wrong.
Yeah, we did. Our Airbnb was absolute trash. There was like literally like dead ants in our bed and like hair everywhere.
Dead ants?
It was just really gross.
No.
So we ended up having to like walk a mile to a hotel and like pay a bunch of extra money, and it was just a mess. So I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth, but we flew to Ireland on Monday, Easter Monday, or is that what that's called? The Monday after Easter?
Yeah,
Easter Monday. And started off in Limerick, and then rented a car and just basically drove like all around Ireland. Like we did the Ring of Kerry, and we did Galway, and we did Kilkenny, and we just did we just kind of went on like a little road trip with the 4 of us, and it was so fun. It was just like at our own pace. It's so scenic. I'm a huge fantasy girl, so it felt very much like I was in a fantasy book with all the castles. And
Did the driving trip you out?
I didn't drive at all. So I was chilling in the back seat.
But, like, on the wrong side of the road, was it, like, scary to be
It wasn't scary. It definitely felt a little bit odd, but that was kind of like a worry of mine because I already kind of have a lot of anxiety around driving in general. And so I really, like, kind of had a conversation with myself before the trip and was like, let's not let that ruin anything.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, you know what? The people I'm with are fully capable, fully able to drive and handle a vehicle, and they're smart, and they've got it, and, you know, they're not going to do anything to put me in danger. Right. So I just really kind of let that go and just, like, thanks. I was just in, like, the back seat and looking out the window, and it was great. Yeah. So I will say a highlight for me is Kilkenny. If you ever go to Ireland, go to Kilkenny. The food was great. The people were great. There's a medieval building every freaking 15 feet. Wild. So cool. So pretty. Love it. Yeah.
Didn't you say the people were very relaxed / like life didn't move at such a fast pace like it does in the US?
And yeah, exactly. And it was so weird too because even our trip felt slow. Normally when you go on vacation, it feels so quick. Everything goes by so fast. But the week felt, specifically the time in Ireland, it felt like it was moving slow. And we were doing so much and our days were so full. It just still felt so slow, and it was, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that in Ireland, that's the culture is you take a full hour, 2-hour lunch break and you go for a walk, or you actually do something you actually take the break and enjoy the break. Yeah. And then after work, you're going to go to a pub and you're going to see your friends and get dinner at the pub and get some drinks. Right. It was just very slow moving, relaxing, down to earth vibes.
Favorite meal you had in Ireland?
Probably in Limerick. We ate at a really lovely little pub, and I got a Guinness stew, and it was this super dark gravy with beef and like potatoes and carrots, but it was so good, and I was so hungry. And then I had soda bread, which is like an Irish bread.
Soda bread is good.
And then I had a Guinness in black, which is something that I discovered I like because I don't like beer. And
I'm shocked about
Guinness is kind of like pretty dark, I would say.
Yeah, very heavy beer.
Heavy, yeah. But they do this thing called Guinness in black where they put like basically, it's not blackberry, but it's a similar fruit, like syrup in it, and it makes it sweet and it's good. So I that meal, I just was like looking around being like, oh my god,
like we're here,
I'm in Ireland, like this is so amazing. So
give me the breakdown on the weather because I remember your text.
Yeah, it was shockingly better than I thought. We had like a nice 60 to 65 like every day. It only rained maybe twice, and both times it wasn't, they don't get like thunderstorms, they just get rain. And so both times it rained, it was really not too long. It kind of made the vibes feel even better.
Yeah.
And but we honestly got lucky, I think, though. But it was like pretty sunny, really pretty, not too windy. It was like genuinely my ideal weather.
Good.
Like I would, if I had to compare to something in the United States, with never having been to this place in the U.S., but I would assume it's similar to the Pacific Northwest.
I was gonna say
where it's like always rainy. Yeah. Kind of foggy.
Like a Oregon.
Yeah, exactly.
Seattle vibe.
Seattle. Yes. Yeah. But it was definitely life changing. Like I said, it being my first time out of the country. I know it's so cliche to say, like, I feel like I'm a different person, but I definitely do feel like my perspective on life is different.
Yeah.
And perspective on traveling is different.
I mean, that's a huge thing.
Yes. And the people there, like, they just live life so differently than we do. And I would love to adopt some of that in my own life.
You're better than I am, especially with, like, the plane rides and the traveling.
Oh, those are horrible. I'm going to complain about one thing because I have to. On the way back, my 8-hour flight, I got a freaking middle seat because, of course, we paid like for the cheapest flights ever. Not only did I have a middle seat, but one person to my left, he's like 6'6", huge guy. His legs don't fit in front of him, so he has one leg in my side. And then the lovely woman to the right of me, she was so kind. Don't get me wrong, but she asked me if we could like lift up the middle armrest. And of course said yes. And
it's okay to say no.
But not knowing that the guy on my left was going to take up that armrest too. So I spent the entire 8 hours leaned up against the seat.
Forwards.
Because I had no room to sit back.
Absolutely not.
It was pretty miserable, and I was, like, literally at that point praying to God to get me off the plane.
I would have taken like
another.
a fucking Xanax or something.
It was pretty awful. I will say the one good thing about the flying, I definitely think I'm over
Your anxiety.
my anxiety about flying.
Good.
Did y'all both play your takeoff songs? when you
Yes,
first took off?
always.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, tell us, I know yours is Redbone.
Yes, Scott's is Flake by Jack Johnson.
Okay.
Scott and
I
I, my
can't
partner and I,
remember.
we both do this, and we both had never met anyone else who does this. We have one song that we have to listen to while the plane is taking off, or else we've convinced ourselves that the plane will crash. Does anyone out there fucking do this?
Genuinely, and I didn't meet anybody until you said this, and then when Scott said he also did this, I was like, game over.
It's so weird. And we don't do it when we land, though.
It's just takeoff,
It's just
yeah.
takeoff, which is so odd. But yeah, I just talked a lot, so somebody else jump in with
That's okay.
some updates.
Haley, why don't you give us some?
Oh god, what am I up to right now? It's Circle K week at work, so
My prayers are with you.
yeah. Basically, how my work cycle goes is like I will be bombarded with work for like 3-4 weeks at a time, and then I'll have like 4-ish weeks that are like pretty chill and mellow. So when we design a lot of the stuff for Circle K, which is my big client at work, it's just like go for like 3-4 weeks, and then probably more like three big weeks. So I'm kind of in the thick of that right now, which makes the weekends that much better, truly.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
It just kind of like gives you that motivation to like just get it done and, you know.
Get to the weekend.
Literally.
Get to Friday.
An update from my side. The Kentucky Derby's over.
So,
Oh yeah. How was the
Um,
Derby, you guys? You Louisville folks?
You know, Oaks was great. So at work we have a new upstairs, and all of my team, not all of them, but we all like gathered up in one of the new conference rooms and projected the races from
Fun.
noon until the rest of the day.
Yeah, that was fun.
And pretty much just moved our desks into there. I learned a little something. For a long time with my account that I bet online with,
Oh, yeah.
I only use my debit card, but it's a $5 fee each time. Well, with the Derby and Oaks going on, I was putting in like a lot of money. Relatively a lot of money for what I make and everything.
Ben loves to bet on horses.
So I connected my bank account instead because there was no fee. Well, little did I realize when I connected my savings account to it.
Oh no.
So as the days had gone on, I was like, wow, like my checking still looks great.
You're like, I'm doing great on these bets.
Yeah, not looking at, well, I was doing horrible on the bets. That's why I kept putting money in. But I would like pull up my checking. I'm like, wow, you know, I can still go out to eat for lunch, you know? No.
I can still go out to eat for lunch.
I pulled up my savings Tuesday, or I pulled up my like full bank account. I said,
Oh, no. Oh,
holy
no.
hell.
But said I've been robbed.
That said, who got into my account?
And all of that money that I put in, guess how much is left in my account? Well, let me tell you how much I put in.
I'm scared.
I put in well over $350.
From your savings.
Mm-hmm.
And how much is left, we're guessing?
Yeah, just take a guess. I was betting horses yesterday too.
$500.
70.
$9.
Benjamin William Hodout.
Hey, don't be giving that much info out on the internet, Ailey.
Oh, sorry.
My heart rate just spiked.
Literally.
Honestly, I can't even say anything because don't let me near a slot machine. Don't let me
You all do
near.
love, you all love a little risk.
It's
with
so
your
like
money.
thrilling.
My thing is though, like I built that money in to where I was never upset, and I'm still not upset that I lost it all.
I mean,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, $350 is a lot of money, but you could be one of those fools who are out 10 grand.
You also
Putting
could be
my
spending
house
it
on
on
the line.
crack.
Yeah, I'm
That
just
is
like
true.
the moment, like, I thought about throwing that money out. And the moment it left my bank account, I never expected to, like, I guess bring it back. Like, I expected it, like, I was okay with it being gone. I was not expecting to be like, holy shit, I'm a millionaire. Like,
No.
Right.
it's $350. But no, still haven't disconnected my savings, and I need to do that. But I don't intend on putting any more money in.
Well,
We are going to Downs After Dark next weekend, though.
Fun. Who's going?
A bunch of my work group, and then we'll have
Maybe
a conversation a little bit later. But yeah, we got 2 boxes
Oh my god, fun,
right
Ben.
on the finish line.
That'd be so fun.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I had so much fun when we went to Downs After Dark
Oh my
like
God,
a
that
few
was a
years ago.
blast.
That was so fun. We were hooping and hollering.
we were hooping and hollering.
I love it. And we had a photo taken.
Well, I look for
yeah.
that photo. I'm not even kidding. On Churchill Downs social media all the time. Every time they post like a new like stuff, I'm like, oh,
They
maybe
probably
this is
lied
it.
to us.
It's probably because I was in the photo.
Ben.
Oh my god.
Don't say that. That is not true.
I can't even look at you.
Neither could the photographer. No, I'm just kidding.
So the title of this episode is going to be Haley's a Bully.
Literally? Yeah.
About time.
Okay, can we talk about music? Because we never talk about music, but
Yes.
I want to talk about I want you guys to tell me currently, like, what's going on with, like, your music. Are you not listening to music? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you, like,
Ooh.
going back? Like, just tell me, what are you listening to right now?
So I just finished the audiobook of Sunrise on the Reaping.
Don't spoil.
I'm not gonna say anything because it almost got spoiled for me by people at work, and I'm not gonna do it. But
Rated 1 out of 10.
out of 10, I give it 4.5 stars out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Good.
I will say, I think it kind of drug on. Sometimes this also could be me like not paying that much attention during the audiobook reading, because sometimes that happens, obviously.
Yeah.
But like the whole during the games of for those of you who don't know, it's the Hunger Games author. You remember Haymitch from the Hunger Games, like Woody Harrelson's character? It's like his games.
Okay.
Like,
yes.
so when he was 16 and going through his Hunger Games, it's like the background of all of that.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through the book.
And obviously Haymitch was like probably one of my top 2 characters in the Hunger Games series. So when this came out, I was screeching at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
But his actual games, like I said, I don't think I paid that much attention during them because I was just kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, I kind of, obviously, he wins because he's alive. It was so gut-wrenching and, oh my god. That's all I'll say.
Okay. But it was good.
It was really good, yeah. The games were kind of like, whatever, but that's just me.
So is that all you're listening? That's all you've been listening to, I guess?
Music-wise, oh gosh.
We listened to Charlie XCX's Brat album.
We did! Oh my
yesterday.
god. I'm so late to this train.
I can't believe that.
So
My
late.
fiance Scott is obsessed with.
Jeff is too.
He loves it.
Yeah, no, literally. Jeff, like, wants me to listen to Party For You all the time.
Yeah,
Truly
it's
all the
such-
time.
Tripod.
What else? Oh, Lord's new single?
I haven't listened. Is it good?
Yeah.
This
I
haven't
cannot.
listened to
It's
it.
a Lord summer. It's gonna be a Lord summer.
Lord and Charlie like
Yes.
kind of go together.
Yes.
Like perfectly.
There's a
So-
lot of.
I feel like you and I are like Lord and Charlie, but like in different ways.
I also. This is a hot take, and maybe this is kind of like old
and
as
Ben's
well.
our choice fun.
Literally. Oh my god, stop. Oh my god, stop. That's so good. Wait.
Wait, but who's Lord and who's Charlie?
I was gonna say, I feel like you're Charlie. No.
I thought so too, but like kind of not.
Yeah. No.
Like
yeah.
it's kind of like split them in half, and we're each like one half.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I've also been listening to Joe. Joe
Okay,
Keery.
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Keery.
Yeah.
He just put out a new album recently, and there's this one song on that album.
Steve Harrington from Stranger Things.
Okay.
He's a musician.
His
now.
name is like Joe, like, but it's spelled DJO, and it's just pronounced like Joe. Is what he goes by.
on Spotify.
Okay.
But
Or whatever.
he has this song called Potion. I'll play it for y'all later.
Pills and potions.
But it's like, yeah, literally. But it scratches an itch in my brain.
No,
that
yeah,
I
those are the best.
can't even like describe.
Ben, music.
So I'm gonna give you my top
Hold on. Let's just like.
All right, so my 8 top 10 topics right now on Spotify.
Oh my god, I love that.
My day list, which goes from sad to happy, whatever. Right now it's honky tonk cowgirl Saturday afternoon.
Period.
Kind of
Love
love.
that.
Kind of love.
Honky tonk cowgirl?
Like actually iconic. So.
Let me hang on. We've got we're starting off with Morgan Wallen, Darius Rucker,
I'm not a
Luke
huge
Combs.
Morgan Wallen
No,
guy.
I'm not either. But Jason Aldean.
It's because Ben and I listened to Old Country all last night.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
My favorite playlist that I will play when I am on the verge of like a panic attack or on the verge of like depression. Feel good, happy Friday mix.
Yeah, you do love that.
Like we're looking at like Benson Boone, Whitney Houston,
Oh, fun.
Elton John's in
That's
here.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Good Neighbors, and then we've got Country Hits 2010 to 2025. Horrible playlist.
Yeah, that one's not good.
Charlie, How I'm Feeling Now. Where the hell did this come from? That's
What
Charlie.
about My Life as a Movie? You like that playlist, don't you? Have you listened to that one?
No.
Oh.
Lake Yeehaw we
I
listened to last night. And then Oldies But Goodies.
Oldies but Goodies.
Love
is
that.
classic.
Love Oldies But
Okay,
Goodies.
give me your favorite song right now, though.
Favorite song right now, let's go to like the playlist.
And I want to hear like your favorite artist right now.
Keep It Up by Good Neighbors is my favorite song right
Okay.
now.
Love Good
Very
Neighbors.
good vibes. Benson Boone is my favorite artist.
Really, right now?
Yes, he's
Okay.
also, I think he's coming with a new album, EP, or he's dropping a few songs.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good.
Um,
Moonbeam ice cream.
I actually like that
Sounds
song.
good.
he's going for like Elton John vibes right now.
No, I
I'm
definitely see
here
that.
for it.
I really appreciate what he's doing with music right now because, like, did you guys see he brought out Brian May from Queen?
Yes.
Yes.
That was so iconic to me, and I feel like no one cared.
No, I know. The
No.
videos, people were literally just like, oh.
I'm like, what? That's culture. That is cool. That's a rock icon.
We would have lost our minds.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that's Brian fucking May.
Yeah.
That just shows people are going to Coachella for one reason only. To post something
Yeah.
that they went to Coachella.
Literally. No, I very much appreciate what he's doing.
Okay, my music. I am a music girly. I have some random tastes. Okay, this is kind of... I don't listen to Central C, but I just think he's, like, so attractive. Do you guys...
Central C.
You don't know who that is?
No, I've never
Now
heard
I gotta
of
pull him up.
Okay, he's, like, a British rapper.
Oh.
But he's, like... Have you ever heard the lyric that's, like... I'm not homophobic, my bitch is gay. That lyric?
Yeah.
That's Central C.
Oh, he's fine.
He's so cute to me.
God.
He is fine.
I'm just obsessed with him. He's always on TikTok. He's like really funny,
No, I
like
get
just
it.
like really charismatic. Like I have to bring him up and say like Central C, I love
I
you.
get it.
Like
and he's 26.
yeah, but I think he's so talented too, and I think British rap is actually really cool, and I think it's gonna come out.
I'm
so
here for it.
I just wanted to mention Central C because yes.
Plug.
And then my current favorite song is Golden Brown by the Stranglers. Has anyone heard that?
I've never heard that song.
Huh.
It's so good. I'll play it for you guys later, but definitely go check it out. It has... Bless you.
Excuse me.
It has such medieval vibes. Like, I can't even describe it. It literally has, like, lutes in it.
Does it really?
I'm not kidding. It's so good.
Okay, yeah.
That's my favorite song right
Oh,
now.
I'm excited.
And then I just have to bring this up because I can't be the only 25-year-old old woman who's been, like, so into house music. Like...
Love house music.
EDM.
We were talking about this last time.
Love house
I've been so into it. It's so much so that we've literally decided we're going to a club on my bachelorette.
I slept on it for a while. I think the older I get, the more I want an excuse to like
Dance.
just dance. Like, come on.
Well,
Yeah.
and my thing is like my favorite house music is definitely remixes.
Yeah.
Like I really
Yeah.
want like the nostalgia feelings of like songs we know and love and like hits. Yes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
just like they add like the added
Yep.
excitement of like a beat drop so you can
Yep.
dance and like shake your booty.
So,
So,
it reminds me of when we
yeah.
used to go to Somewhere Nowhere in Louisville.
No, Dogwood.
No, that was in
Dogwood,
Nashville.
Nashville.
Yes, but yes.
But Somewhere Nowhere
Yes.
is the same vibe.
Yes,
Where
yes.
you get on the dance
Yes.
floor
and there's
you,
like a DJ.
you
And you
give
dance all night.
you give less than
Oh
one
my God,
shit.
and you're pouring sweat.
And it's
you're
so
like-
fun. And that goes right along with Brat Summer.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, you're just dirty, you're nasty.
I'll admit,
Not really, but-
I'm a year late to the trend, and I will admit that 1,000%.
That's
Can-
okay. Brat Summer is never ending.
True.
Yeah. There's one memory that lives rent free in my head.
Say it. Go
And there's
for it.
actually a picture that depicts
Oh
this
God.
of when we were in Greensburg, Kentucky. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
And we were tie-dyeing shirts, and I
This has
forget
been
the
back
song.
in high school.
Was Whitney Houston? Was that?
It was either that or it was Bruno Mars. Which
Yeah.
is okay.
It was Bruno Mars. And there's a picture of me and Haley dancing on the patio. Oh my
I'll-
god.
It's, like,
It's a
good.
classic photo. But that's the vibe
Yes.
that I like want to relive.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's like, I feel like maybe the reason I was away from house / like EDM music before was because I thought it meant like drugs and getting blackout drunk and like
LSD.
obviously don't do that now.
Shrooms.
You know, I'm not. I mean, we drink still and like we definitely like have a
We
good
don't
time.
drink.
But our idea of partying is like
Just be
having
with each other.
people come over to someone's house and play games and hang out and
Yeah.
listen to music. And so like I kind of felt like house music wouldn't fit with that. But it definitely does. Because I think the older you get, the more you just want to be reminded of, like, let's just get loose and have fun and
Yeah.
be silly and goofy and
Yep.
dance and be dancing queens.
I would so agree.
Dancing Queen.
No,
Good
yeah.
segue. What's everyone watching right now? Speaking of movies.
Watching? I'm watching the newest season of You, where it's the season finale.
Okay.
It's okay.
What are your thoughts? Yeah.
It's not something where I'm like, oh
Oh,
my god, I have to
nice.
watch the rest of this.
Right.
Like, I'm taking breaks.
Fair.
And then I have been watching, what else have I been watching? Apple TV, I'm kind of like short up on right now. I don't have anything new there.
Okay.
But Eve has my Apple TV, so I'm curious what Eve's watching on my Apple TV right now.
I've been watching The Buccaneers because the new season comes out. That's on Apple TV.
okay.
What's the Buccaneers? What's that about? Give me a little.
It's basically about, I'm going to get the time period. I'm not going to say the time period because I'm going to get it wrong. But it's like at the time period where like the U.S. was kind of like popping, but all the like royals and stuff in England were like broke.
Okay.
And all the like American women had like new money, and so they're trying to make matches to like get their
Right.
money, but then they would get the status kind of thing.
Oh.
And so there's like this group of girlfriends who like definitely has like that modern twist like Bridgerton.
Right.
It's so good. You would
That's
love
fun.
it. It's so good.
I
So
should
I've
watch
been
that.
watching that, and then just like
Survivor.
Survivor. Honestly, I've been so into Survivor lately.
I need to get on that. Survivor's very summer to me.
It's summer,
It
and
is.
it's just like I love right now. For me, I love TV, and I don't have to think too hard.
Yes.
Oh,
So anything like reality TV is kind of just like good for me
You know
right
I love
now.
that. You
Yeah.
know I'm
where you
a
can just turn your
slut
brain off.
Yeah.
for brain rot TV like
I
that. I,
also
wouldn't even call that
saw-
brain rot.
I also just want to mention I saw Pride and Prejudice in theaters for the 20th anniversary. That was
Ugh.
tea.
So good.
So yeah. What about you? Watching?
I feel like I've been kind of off my TV kick lately because I've been listening to that book, obviously.
Yeah.
But as of lately, I have watched obviously The Last of Us.
I need to watch that.
The new season that's coming out in real time. Ugh. I'm like speechless about it, truly. That's all I'll say.
Is it a final season?
No.
Okay, good.
No. But what else have I been watching? I just watched Anora.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, Eve put me on to
Have you
Anora.
seen it, Ben?
No.
You have to. It's so good.
What, can you give me like
It's basically
a
about
tickle of the plot?
this young girl who is a sex worker. It's like a stripper.
Okay.
But she meets this guy in a club. She's the only one that can speak Russian at this club. So her club manager like pairs her with this like young like Russian guy who's basically like
An oligarch?
really wealthy, and like his family is like really well known and like Russian royalty basically.
Wow.
And so they fall in love, and not to spoil, I should probably, well,
Or do they fall in love?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
like that experience for her, and like really
Yeah.
focuses on like her and her experience of being like a sex worker, and
Mhm.
it's surprisingly funny, I would say.
It is, I would agree.
What's it
Oh
on?
my god. HBO Max?
Maybe, I'm not
Or
sure.
Hulu.
I watched it on Amazon, but I like paid for it.
Oh, okay, no, it's on the streaming now.
Okay.
I think
I'll have
it's
to look.
Max or something.
Okay.
But Mikey Madison is fantastic.
She is like iconic. I think she's so hot too.
Yeah, she was like getting it.
I really want to watch The Conclave.
Scott's been wanting
About
to
the
watch
Pope?
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've been seeing so much shit about it.
Yeah.
Apparently someone like vapes in it, and like people are like so like for some reason there's like a pope who's like, or not pope, a cardinal vaping in the movie.
So good.
And like it's like a crazy thing on social media. That's why I've been seeing that everywhere.
I saw the stat, and maybe this is not correct, so don't quote me on this, but it was like after the new pope just got appointed, the conclave popularity like rose in like 258%.
I believe that though.
Like,
Because people want to know what the hell's going on in that little room.
I do. Are you kidding?
I want to be a fly on the wall.
I actually almost went on a deep dive the other day about the Catholic Church as a whole, just trying to figure out how all that shit works. Because when people were like, oh, a new pope is being elected, I was like, okay, like, do
Like,
cardinals do that?
Right.
Do like, what? How do you become a cardinal versus a bishop versus a, like, what's the hierarchy?
Yeah.
Because you also have like your, the archdiocese of different areas.
I have no idea.
And different cities.
Truly no idea.
How does that roll up into like...
I will say that I just want to say one thing I want to like give props to Catholicism for. I'm not Catholic. I'm not going to speak about that, but I just think it's really cool. Anything, and this is Catholicism, is like the fact that the tradition of it all has been held up mostly for so long. I think 800 years.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, which is so incredible. You know,
It
there's
is,
nothing
honestly.
really like that anymore, especially like if you look at any other country, there's no leadership role that has an association with the religion. And, you know, take that with what you will, but I'm talking more of like just the tradition of it and how like I personally am a traditional person, so
Correct.
I find other traditions and customs very interesting and like it's just cool. It's just fun to learn
It is
about.
cool.
It's so interesting to hear about it all.
I would agree.
There was one of the famous news correspondents who goes to a lot of the big like world events that happen. I saw a video where she had met with a nun before the conclave, and the nun like gave her top 3 picks of who she thinks, and she's been a nun for 30-something years, and one of her picks was who is the Pope now.
Wow.
And so then they met up after, like, the correspondent went and found this nun afterwards. And it was such like a full circle moment to watch that last interview on the street of like them talking about the significance and like talking about the tradition of this continuing and like I thought that was so cool.
Did y'all see that Harry Styles was there?
No. Is he Catholic?
I don't know, but he was like in like on the streets with everybody that was like waiting. Like people like found him in the crowd. I thought that was all over my TikTok.
Wow. Huh.
I'm not really a Styles gal, but I'm more of a Niall Horan lady, so
Fair.
I keep tabs on Mr. Niall.
Yeah.
You know that Irish.
Really.
I want to talk about Therapist with Jake Shane. He had Leah Michelle on. Did anyone watch?
I watched it.
Okay, I want to talk about it because I am a Glee. Okay, I loved Glee. I watched it as it came out.
Ben would love Glee.
Ben, have you ever seen Glee?
I've seen a couple episodes. I've not watched like.
I don't know if Ben would like it. I don't know. It's kind of one of those shows you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Okay, like genuinely. And I loved it. And I also loved Rachel Berry, which is obviously Leah Michelle's character. And she's also, you either love her or you hate her.
And they talked about this.
Yes, and I loved that they talked about that because, and specifically I wanted to bring it up because Don't Rain on My Parade, the Glee cover by Rachel Berry, Leah Michelle,
Iconic.
I still listen to that on Spotify and sob my eyes out.
Truly.
She is so talented, and the fact that she literally did Funny Girl on Broadway. Like, it's just so cool.
That's full circle.
It's so full circle. I love Jake. I love the fact that I feel like him and I, the more I listen to his podcast, the more I'm like, we are so similar.
You all are very similar.
I just love him. I think he's so great, and I think he's actually like a podcast I think is like really changing like podcast.
I would agree.
Agreed.
I would definitely agree with that.
But yeah, lovely and Michelle, I think she's so iconic.
I think it's funny because I feel like I love to consume any kind of media. Truly, like you all know that about me. Like I will sit and watch like genuinely whatever.
We are watching the Virgin Islands rolling.
Yeah,
on
what are
TV
we watching right now? Right
This-
now on YouTube,
This
we
is
have
Italy.
like
We're watching Italy.
Oh, this is Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't think it is. I think this is but I think this is just like a mix of like
Oh, all places.
You didn't need to shoot me down like that.
For
apologies.
we have on the TV right now. We're podcasting in the living room, and it's just like 4K drone video footage of like different.
Probably like the Bahamas.
We're
or
watching
something.
Antigua right
Yeah.
now. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
anyways, continue. Sorry.
But I don't even know.
Consuming media.
She
you
huffed
love
at
to
you.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I've never seen Leah Michelle like be that open and vulnerable. And,
No, I hadn't either.
or be that comfortable.
She's pretty private now, I would say.
That story of when, I'm gonna give you context because this is crazy. You know how she dated Corey Monteith and he like died of the drug overdose, whatever. And so obviously they were dating and they were filming Glee together, but when he died, a tour bus would come through, like, and it was like a Death Star, like, see where these dead stars, like, have been and lived.
Yes.
This tour bus of, like, tourists that came to Hollywood would drive by her house and be like, this is the old home of, like, famous celebrity, like, Corey Monteith that just died, like, and she would be sitting in her living room, hear the tour bus outside of, like, them coming by.
Like, telling the story about how he died and, like, the
playing
detail.
the death music,
Yeah.
and, like, all this crazy shit.
Holy.
Just, like...
Like, just the audacity, honestly.
That, and, like...
I would have gone out there with a shotgun.
Ben, you can't say that.
I'm sorry. With a water gun.
A water gun with acid in it.
Fire hose.
Cat pee in it.
Cat pee. No, yeah, I mean, like, I think she's a pretty incredible person that we don't really hear about.
Resiliency right there.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, people hate to see a decisive woman with some drive and some passion.
No, literally.
And I don't know, I feel like you are
Rachel Berry's stand-up.
Yeah, literally.
Leah Michelle's stand-up.
You hate her because you hate
Okay,
her.
I know Ben wants to talk about the exchange student.
Thank you for bringing it up because I would have forgot. Okay, so for context, Eve texted in People I Tolerate
In our group chat.
and said, should me and
Thoughts on
Scott
host
an exchange student? And I don't even know what my reply was because I was just in shock that like it was even a thought.
I think you like had to circle back and be like, wait, can we like go back and talk?
I did this week. I circled back, but I also wanted to hold it until the podcast. So where did this all originate?
Literally, that girl that you were in her wedding.
Yes.
She has exchange students.
No, I know.
And I follow her on Instagram, and she posted about the exchange student, and I went on a rabbit hole down her Instagram, and...
She's, like, looking for people.
And she, like... I think she's on, like, her second or third exchange student.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me that growing up, like, the popular kids and, like, the kids who had all the money... Their parents always hosted exchange students.
Yeah.
And I was always like, it would be so fun. Like, I wish we could host exchange students. But my parents, like, you know, they definitely couldn't afford that. Yeah. So we never did. And it was something I always wanted to do. And so now I'm like, I saw her doing it. And I was like, oh, my God, like, we could do it. So I was doing some research online and saw, like, there's all these different companies. And just, like, going down this rabbit hole. And we wouldn't do it next year or this year, but I think in like maybe like a few years it would be cool to host one. And
I think it would be, I know how much you love to host.
Yes.
Obviously. And I think it would be a great little test run to like, not test run, that's horrible.
No, but like they want you to treat them like kids. No, I know. Not kids, like your kids.
No, yeah. Which I'm like, that would be a great little way to dip your toes in when you and Scott are ready and thinking about starting to try to have kids.
But I think it'd be cool too for like a younger couple to do it because obviously like these are still minors, so they're still like learning and they're into school and whatever. But I think it would be cool, like we're not that far away from that age.
Far removed, exactly.
So it's like, it would be really cool to kind of like, I don't know, like invite them into our home and like get really back involved in like high school and being there for them and like supporting them and learning about their culture. And I don't know, I think it would just be really a really unique experience. And so we've just been talking about it. But
I think that's a great idea.
I think those are great points.
I think I would agree. It worried me initially when you said that because I was like, this year would be a horrible year to do it.
Yeah, I'm way too busy this year.
And I was like, that's what scared me initially because I was like,
Well, also, like, you don't do this very often, or really at all, but we all know people that, like, it's, like, a rash decision.
Right.
And that's where my concern was just, like, it kind of came out of nowhere. And I was like,
He was like, by the way, they're coming to my house next week. So
Yeah.
Literally.
It's like, are their bags already on the front step? Like,
they're on
wait
a plane.
There's actually like a really extensive like interview and application process, rightfully so.
Yeah.
I would hope so, right? For
But-
their safety.
Yeah, and if we got one, the run time is August to June. So like a whole school year.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And they would encourage you to like bring them on your family vacation.
Yeah.
Like take them on your weekend trips. Like introduce them to your friends and family.
Of
Take them on
course.
your like they would be spending the holidays with the American holidays.
Oh,
with
you would eat that up.
I would love that.
Yeah, you would.
I love Christmas. It's so
What's your favorite
fun.
holiday?
So,
Eve is
yeah.
literally Mrs. Claus.
I would love that. But because I want to do that, I also kind of remembered that Big Brothers Big Sisters was a thing, and so
Yeah.
I recently applied to be a big. So we'll see what happens.
Oh my god, cute, Eve.
I think it'd be really fun. I think
That's so awesome.
I would love.
It's
to
a
do
great
that.
organization.
It
is,
My
yeah.
aunt went and did that once, and like the kid that she was like a big sister to,
Mhm.
I think she made a huge like influential impact on that kid.
You don't realize, like, I think I growing up, I was like the oldest of a lot of my like my parents' friends, like kids.
Yeah.
And you don't really realize how much like younger people kind of like I don't want to say look up to you, but like
but yeah.
kind of like what you say or what you do like has influence over them. I
Yeah.
guess. Like,
Oh, for sure.
and I don't think it's something to take lightly.
No, yeah. But yeah, I applied to do that, so I thought that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Could you guys thrive in the medieval times?
Yes.
1,000%, yeah.
We were actually, before we get into medieval times, we were driving yesterday, and there was a horse and buggy with
Oh my God.
two individuals
Amish
that were
people.
Amish.
Yeah.
And
On the side of the road.
my first thought was, I bet that life is so peaceful.
Ben literally looked at me. He said, "Do you think they live a simple life?" Like that was the first thing out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I would thrive. My second question was, are they allowed to drink?
Yeah. I said maybe they brew their own shit. I don't know.
One of them, Men and I are Amish. I'm not sure. I'm not offensive to this question, but one of them is a little bit more in the modern times.
No, that's what I said. I
Yeah,
said Mennonite.
Yeah.
No, I think Amish are a little bit more in the
Oh, you
modern
think?
times. I think Men and I are pretty, but I could be wrong.
Pretty
I don't
like
know.
traditional.
But yeah, like big, huge asterisk, like we don't know what
Like
we're
we
talking about.
know,
Yeah.
please, seriously, like
No, but there is something so special about that, and kind of like we were talking about Ireland. Of like, there's just a simpler.
yes.
It's just a simpler culture in the sense of like they value that. They really value simple, easygoing life.
Maybe I find it intriguing and find it like I want to go do that because our world and our lives are so chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be so real though. I have to have central heat and air. I have to have indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
I'm
More
gonna be so
central
real.
air than anything.
I have to have an air conditioner. Well, we went to Ireland and we stayed at a really nice hotel. You could get one room that was so nice and like $300 a night, no air conditioning. Or you could pay $350 to get a really nice room that had air conditioning.
Oh, my extra.
We
50.
paid. We had to have. I was like, I don't even care that it's 60 degrees outside. I need the AC to be on.
I'm so
I
bad.
need it.
You need to be able to walk over to the
And
air
I'm not
conditioner
afraid
and
of it.
feel the cold air.
Yes, I can't sleep well if
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay, back to the medieval times. Sorry.
Yes.
Sidetrack us.
Well,
Eve,
then
why
to-
don't you take us?
To go off your, sorry, I'm yawning. To go off your comment about central heat and air and plumbing.
And that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact I would not thrive. I would
Yeah.
be dead so quickly. Scott and I talk about this.
And see.
Scott and I talk about this all the time. Neither one of us would survive past
Poor
probably
Scott.
4 years old.
Poor.
Like, genuinely, I know I wouldn't. But, and I want to say this too because obviously in medieval times, so problematic. I'm not trying to romanticize them at all.
No.
I just love, like, the architecture and
The art.
The
the
art.
food and the art and, like, so I want to bring, what I'm saying is I want to bring a little bit of that to modern times. Like, why are we not building castles?
True.
Okay? I understand you need like a really talented stonemason, and you need or mason or whatever the word is, and like you know I understand that, but I want to live in a castle.
True.
I want to eat bread, cheese, and wine.
I want to eat bread, cheese, and wine.
That's
I could
it.
live off of that, truly.
I want to hear like little like lute music.
Yeah. I want to dress in a little like
I want to wear
dress with long sleeves.
Yeah, I want to wear princess dresses.
The problem is society as a whole, as the world, as every country, instant-efficity, needing everything
What did you just say?
Oh.
Instantaneously?
No.
What did he just say? I couldn't. My brain literally went like this, like short circuited. He said, "There's something thinking."
I'm gonna go listen back to that and be like,
"It's in a physical." Say it again, Ben. Is that actually a word, or are you
Instant-efficity.
instant gratification?
No, but it's not just gratification. It's everything has to be instant.
Okay.
Facts.
I mean, like, we're literally...
I want to turn my air on. I want to press a button and have the cold air be like...
Literally.
I want to be able to flush my toilet and goodbye.
Yeah.
We're also building homes with fucking 3D printers now that are done in 2 days.
God. Yikes.
Like, there isn't...
Have they never heard the Three Little Pigs?
The 3 Little Pigs!
They're going to huff and puff and blow that thing right over.
Really?
I think that's where, like, all of the passionate work that goes in, like, having passion behind your work has really dwindled from the middle.
The artistry of it all.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
just, like, dead. Yeah, I would agree.
And, like, beauty... Modern is beauty in our society for some reason.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't, yeah. Which I feel like I can say, I can appreciate that our generation, like, does kind of lean towards the, like the vintage, like, the albums, the cassettes, the, like,
Yes.
clothes, the peddler's malls, the antiquing, the, like, I feel like people our age, like, love all that stuff now.
Yes.
Because of that reason specifically,
Not
then.
enough of them, though.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And it's also like,
I don't think it's just our generation. I think it's also society.
I don't know.
Like, even our parents.
Tiki huts. Yeah.
Watching
We
Santorini.
turn this off.
Yeah. You know how many times I've just been, like, caught watching into, like, Santorini, people surfing on the waves?
This is how you know Eve is an iPad kid, truly.
I'm like this.
Mouth open. Book
You go
is
catch a
built
fly.
for real.
I'm like, I want to go back to simpler times. Be like literally at 9 p.m. playing solitaire on my phone. Solitaire Tiki Island, the game. I'm so dead. We'll probably cut out the last, like, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
We'll see how we're feeling.
Anyways, okay, do you guys need a new topic? We need a new topic.
Yeah, what else
I think
do you have on your list?
never mind.
I have nothing else on my list.
What's Frenchie
Nothing
from
else.
TikTok?
Okay, Frenchie
Because
is...
I've seen her too!
You've seen her?
I've seen her!
I'm obsessed with her.
The music, the singing, the dresses.
Her dances, her hair, her makeup. I love her.
Tell Ben.
Frenchie is amazing. She is like, I don't even know, high school. I don't know how old she
I don't
is.
know how
I
old she
can't.
is
She's
either.
went to prom, so surely high school. But
Her whole aesthetic.
she's like 1950s. Yes, she's like all 1950s vibes. She dresses, she does makeup, her hair, the music, everything.
You can nest the flowers.
Yes. Everything in her life is like 1950s, and I've seen other creators like this where they've like almost picked a decade and they like live in the decade. And this goes right along with what we're just talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love this for you. This is so iconic. I love to watch her little outfits
Same.
and stuff. And when she wears like her cute little like old fashioned bikinis
Yes.
on like the beach, it's so cute. I love it.
Frenchie. Do y'all know
I think her name's literally just Frenchie.
It's on, yeah.
Frenchie?
No, why?
Just
Why?
Frenchy.
There we go. Frenchie 50s.
Yes.
And you have always loved anything mid-century.
Yes, anything mid-century, specifically like, yes, like Beach Boys. Like, I don't know, I just love, I think the 50s I like really,
Because you're a trad wife.
I just think they're really cool. I just think like,
Yeah.
I love like the like design choices from then. I love the colors that they used. I love like the way they spoke, the way they sang.
Go ahead.
There's a guy on TikTok. Late at night, I'm either watching 2 different lives. It is
Hot dog cart?
Hot dog cart, down in Texas, where they're literally cooking hot dogs for people. Hot dogs look phenomenal.
I want a hot dog real bad right now.
What about
Also,
some canned fish?
There you go.
also for your wedding, I have an idea for the late night snack here in a minute. But
Okay. We've already booked it, but
That's what I said.
and then, or I'm watching there's a guy who he set up a room where he's literally in like the 40s and 50s. It's black and white, and people join the live, but he answers the telephone to talk to them. And it's like an old dial tone. And they talk to him about things we have now, and he
Pretends.
almost role plays that he's a person from the 50s.
Dude, that turned me on.
And he's like, whoa, that, you all have what?
What did you say to me last night that would send a Renaissance child into a coma?
We were listening to The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
He said the song would send a 16th century child into a coma.
That went down to Georgia. He'd be scared. It would think it was like a seance song.
I'm telling you.
And then I missed the exit because we were singing The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And
I'm
we get off.
so dead.
Listen to this.
I think you'll understand this. So we get off, and literally, there's a sign for Big Bone Lick Park to turn right.
What?
Have you heard the song Kentucky by Afro Man?
Yes. What do you mean I heard?
Okay. I was thinking of Natalie too.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Big Bone Lick? Is that what
Big Bone Lick Park.
Big Bone Lick. Big Bone Lick.
We gotta listen to the song after this
Yeah,
episode.
Does it say that in the song?
Yeah.
I
Like the
don't
whole
remember that.
chorus of the song. Get my bone licked after dark in Big Bone Lick Park.
I didn't know where the hell that
Y'all
was.
drove by it?
Yeah, literally because we missed the exit. Because we were listening to that song.
So Ben went and got his bone licked. Is that what you're going to tell me right now? Were you the
just,
one doing the licking? Or?
oh my god! I don't know.
I would have freaking died.
Oh, it was.
It was just funny because we literally missed the exit because we were listening to that song and laughing about
The 16th
the
century.
16th century child. And then when we got off the exit, it was Big Bone Lick Park this way. And that made us cackle even more because, of Kentucky by Afro Man.
Do you think that they drove through Kentucky and, saw stuff? Or
No,
do you-
genuinely, I think they probably,
Or they pulled up a map and they said, iconic
how can we make
places.
this as dirty as possible? With
yeah.
all the euphemisms in Kentucky.
Oh, that song is just a classic.
I made a cake. Ben's, so proud of it.
It's
I
so
am.
good.
It turned out really well.
I'm making our, Scott and I don't really love cake, so for our wedding we're doing, catered dessert.
So
We
what?
still wanted to do the traditional cake cut, and so I'm going to make a cake for that. And so I wanted to do a trial run, though, so I did that this week.
Your icing cursive is also very impressive.
I practiced probably 8 times.
It looked really good.
I would like to admit, my first reaction
You thought it was the other one.
was...
I knew he thought that I was talking about the rectangle cake.
So dead.
I said, holy shit!
So I texted in the group chat, I made a TikTok of me making the cake. I sent that, and then I sent some words or whatever describing my cake, and then I sent a photo that I found from Pinterest of a cake that was the inspo colors, because I did a pale blue and white frosting and
Cherries.
and cherries. And I sent that photo, that was my inspo. And Ben just responds, oh my god, you need another career. This is the most amazing cake ever. And I literally texted and said, I made
Honey.
the cake in the video.
Yeah.
Not the cake in the photo.
And he said, no, I know. That's, yeah.
But I knew he didn't. I knew he didn't.
I wasn't saying a word.
Oh. Okay.
But it turned out, there's definitely things I know I need to fix, but it turned out pretty good.
No, it
Even
did
the,
turn out well.
heart shape was, so good.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get the heart shape is my question.
I made round cake. I put it in a round pan, and then
A square
I
one?
made a cake, heart out of piece of paper, and then I just.
Damn.
Wow. Huh.
It was
couldn't have
not.
done that.
It was easier than you would
It
think.
looks.
It-
I mean,
yeah,
y'all have seen my hearts in your all's letters. I mean, that's
they're butts.
okay. My one request for the wedding, and since it's already booked, I guess I'll just get a tray of them and bring them and tell the caterers to heat them up.
Oh, this was your idea last
Oh,
time.
hot dogs.
Nope. The
Big
pancake
bones.
wrapped sausage corn dogs.
Oh my god, those are so good.
I think I'm just gonna bring like a tray of like 100 of
Did
them.
y'all eat breakfast in did you eat breakfast at school in high school?
Every once in a while.
They always had those with the little thing of syrup.
Oh, we used to get them at like Kroger.
I used to get them the Jimmy Dean's ones though
Yep.
in the freezer.
Oh my god. I'd heat 2 of them up. I'm like, should I go for a third?
We're currently doing mac and cheese martinis and
Oh my
mini
God.
sliders with like a topping bar for our late night snack.
That should do.
Things like that'll be fine.
That should do.
So,
Anything
but you
sweet?
also can bring. There's like 8 kitchens on site that we have access to.
Anything sweet?
Well, we're doing dessert.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
You mean like at like late?
I'm talking
sweet?
like I can crawl into bed with a plate of it. And like,
Oh, well, I mean, we get all the leftovers, so sure there'll be leftovers.
Okay.
We're getting catering for 150 people, but we're only inviting 130, and usually they say like
oh, they go over.
only
anyways.
75% of who you invite comes. We really only think like 70 to 80 people will be there.
You think?
Yeah, which is totally fine by me.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone.
Love y'all.
No, but yeah.
Well,
Should we wrap her?
well, rapper.
What else? Any last minute?
Nothing last minute.
I'm so excited for tonight. We definitely filmed 2 episodes today. So if you're listening to if you've already listened to the birthday app, we're filming the second one now.
Yeah.
But we love y'all. Thank you for listening once again.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all for episode 5.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Well, we'll have to decide where we're going to do episode 5 at.
Yeah.
But love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe on the